So come on in, take a sip, let's wind down. It's Friday, and that would be my penultimately favorite day of the week. And today we are having a Chianti Colli Senesi. And my Italian's not as good as maybe my other languages are, but this is Chianti, and Colli means hills, and then Senesi, I'm assuming, are the Senesian hills. So fantastic. We just picked this up at a little wine shop called Fonfas, and they've got well, it's not just wine. They've got various whiskeys and other little delights, including many different artisan vinegars and oils and stuff. So it's really kind of a cool little place. We like going in there as much as we like going over to Delicato. So, but found this bottle there among a few others, so we've got plenty for the weekend. And on the nose, this one in particular, going back to this typical Chianti signature that we get out of Italy, it's as if it's just sun-kissed berries. It's very, very beautiful on the nose. Red berry, mostly. It has a little bit of apple in here and a slight tinge of tobacco. It's very pleasant on the nose. And this one's got a bit of a tannic bite to it, thereby telling me, my taste receptors, that this would be good with something on the fattier side. So definitely seeing something like a prime rib in this one here. This looks like a fabulous addition, or a really rare steak of any sort, because I think that the juiciness of it, you know, the tenderness of it would fit well with this tannic here. This is a keeper. This is a drinker. I don't believe this bottle is going to make it very much longer, and that's just fine by me. So today, again, dictionary.com had a very boring word, and I've just decided I'm going to throw up my own stuff on the days where we get really boring words. Like today it was a tycoon. Okay, rich dude. Got it. So I thought we could talk about one of my favorite quintets of all time, and that being a pro, pre, anti-penultimate. This would be fifth from the ultimate, right? And then we have pre-anti-penultimate. Then we have anti-penultimate. Then we have penultimate, like today, because my favorite day, or the ultimate puzzling day for me, is Saturday, right? And so I like having that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 kind of Peter Schilling thing going on earth below us. But the reality is that I have never been able to find 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm really thinking we just need to do this ourselves. We need to come up with what these words would look like, what they would be. So I'm really thinking it's a good opportunity for us to come up with a way to describe the 10th place moving up to the ultimate, right? So I think that'd be kind of a cool project. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. And interestingly enough, I got an email a while back from a puzzler and a game developer, and he's got this website called crosswordadventures.itch.io, and I'll put that down in the link below. But he's looking for some beta testers, so for my gamers out there that also like crosswords, this might be a really cool opportunity. I was able to actually log in and play Atomic Exterminators Reloaded. Actually kind of had some fun with it. There's a lot of reading. It's almost as if I'm not a gamer, right? So I mean, I was like, okay, I'll go along for this right here, see what I'm doing here. But it's not like you need the special joysticks or keyboard controllers or anything. It's pretty much kind of a thought thing. A lot of reading, some cool illustrations and stuff like that, and then you get to some puzzles, and they're not exactly easy. So it was a really kind of a fun little adventure for me. So if you're wanting to check something like that out, just check it out in the link below. Again, it's free, looking for beta testers. They're looking for some input, and I don't know, make them famous. Then maybe we got ourselves a solid sponsor, right? You know, that wouldn't be NordVPN. So that's always kind of a thing for me. This is really a good wine. So let me just work on my posture. And let's hop into our grid here. We've got a Friday, September 12th, and this is by, incidentally, my Oma's birthday. She was born in 26. She was 99 today. So, alles gut zum Geburtstag, Oma. Ich liebe dich. Which she would say, ich liebe dich auch mehr. I love you too, but more. So, that's what she would say to me. So, all right, Joe Marquez has constructed our grid today, so let's hop in there. Are you ready, Oma? Fertig, Oma? Lass uns anfangen? Los geht's. All right, let's do it. So, shake off. Shake off. What do you think? Maybe elude?
Did you just say happy birthday, Oma?
Yes, I did. Did you? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Today is her birthday, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. She just asked me, "Did you just say happy birthday to Oma?" I'm like, "Yes." Was that okay? Did I get the wrong day?
Don't tell her, don't start messing with the lights.
Don't start messing with the lights, Oma. Don't start messing with the lights. Okay, so compose myself. Plural pronoun in Puebla. Oh my gosh. Maybe esos. I don't know. We got an S down here. Him, but not. How about a so here? So receiving a certain hormone treatment. I don't know. Largest U.S. city with a majority Hispanic population, and I know this one. This is in my home state, San Antonio. It's also where my little Deutsche Mutti lebt. That's where she's at. My mom is in San Antonio, or just north of there. So, yeah, I don't know. Esas, I'm not sure. Shake off. What we got here? Pointer up high. Freshly could be anew. So, shake off. I'm going to go with evade here. This makes me feel better. Chaotic state. Oh, wow. I actually did a series of paintings called Entropy about 6 years ago. Enjoyed them. Got one of them left here. Blank Lied von der Erde. This is a Mahler work, so Das Lied von der Erde. Got some good German and Spanish going on here today. This is nice. So maybe our pointer up high would be a vein. And you know, it really is an interesting thing because here in Germany, you're more likely to see a weather vane with a rooster on it on top of a church steeple than you are any other symbol. Very interesting. They like their chickens. They like their chickens telling us which way the wind blows. Certain, or receiving a certain hormone treatment, I guess maybe on estrogen. And let's see, pianists flourish, trill. When I started learning how to play piano many, many years ago, it was the first thing I learned how to do. I wanted to have the musical ability to basically say, voila. So, given could be to fold. Certain winter accoutrement. I don't know. I guess I'd maybe say furs. Which is also something you will see in Europe in the wintertime. You don't see people throwing dye or anything on fur coats here. It's like, yeah, we understand why you're wearing a fur coat. It's cold. Like, really cold. It's cold. Sad to say, could be alas. Chicken, korma as an example. I'm going with curry. Now, I gotta say, after we lived for 5 years in southwest Germany, Jerry Lynn got very accustomed to the red bratwurst there and the curry. So the red bratwurst curry is one of her favorite things, and she's not so wild about the Weisswurst, the white bratwurst curry here. Me, I just like bratwurst. I don't care if it's purple. It's fine by me. So, blank, dolce, blank, se mi casa, dolce, casa. I'm sure, I think the Blues on NHL scoreboards would be Seattle, so I think Stl. is how I would abbreviate that. Stool? St. Louis stool? If I ever had a Seattle, if I ever had a Puget in the crossword grid that I was constructing, I would obviously want to put in there like the sound of Seattle. Classroom delivery, perhaps maybe an oral report. I've never actually even heard of the blues. So you don't really know. I've seen it in the crossword 1,000 times. It feels like, but I don't know much about national hockey stuff except for the stuff that we all know, like the Edmonton Oilers or the New York Rangers. Their home MSG. Someone with a devoted following. Okay, maybe a cult. We got room for a leader in here. Let's take a look and see. Like some silences could be eerie. I like that. I get it. All right. TGI Fridays. They surround pupils. Irises. Creative domain with the. I spent my entire life in the arts. Kind of like it there. It's comfortable for me. Cotton variety. I guess we could go with Pima. Spanish familial term of endearment. Papi. Got a heartfelt exchange. How about I do's? And I think we're going to go with our Pima here. So slight could be mere. I didn't just type that in because I'm not an expert on cotton by any stretch. I'm not an expert really in anything, but I'm just saying that wasn't like the most comfortable one for me to just guess. Blank incognita, unexplored area would be terra incognita. Shotzi and I often refer to every new place we move as terra incognita. Beast, caseload, area bereft of grocery stores. And this is a word that just kind of started coming into my personal lexicon, the food deserts. I've been working a lot at my day job on food insecurity issues, and food desert has become a thing now. That's just a common thing that we talk about an awful lot, and you would be surprised at just how many of those there are out there. And like sometimes in very large places like big cities and stuff, but if you live in the suburbs or somewhere else, maybe in industrial areas or something like that, you don't really have a grocery store to go to. I mean, it's not that common. It's mostly convenience store food. And word with crop or shotgun could be writing. Oopsie. And a website for finding home services could be Angie. Collapse. How about fall? Something sold in a tax sale. How about a lien? And medieval weapons traditionally made with yew. I'm going to go fall for our collapse, and maybe longbows. Whenever I think of the longbows, I think of the stirrup and how its invention really kind of led to so many efficiency improvements in the systematic destruction of other human beings. Like, take the Battle of Hastings, you know? I mean, if I could sit in my saddle and hold myself up with my feet and keep myself balanced, I don't even need my hands to mess with the rein. I can just use my arms to operate a longbow. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Intoxicate quaintly. I don't know. Maybe we have a besought. Suffix with air. How about an S? Eris? So idea for a pair of trick-or-treaters. So maybe a couple's costume? I wonder what that is. Is that something where, you know, like I'm playing doctor with my nurse wife? Or is it like we're being like a horse and I'm like probably the rear end of the horse and then she'd be probably like the front of the horse? Yeah, what is a couple's costume? I don't know. Guess I can look that up. I'm going to go with besought. because it is quaint and it's cute. Oh, he was besought after his third drink. He was adorable. Sorry, crying. Like one's most natural emotions. Okay, could probably be a lot of things there. So we got a superlative ending there, I bet, though. Let's see. Literary heroine who described herself as poor, obscure, plain, and little. Jane Eyre. I really suffered through that in undergrad. It was like one of those summer classes that just focused on this particular book, and it was not an easy thing for me to read. It was absolutely completely out of my wheelhouse. I could appreciate everything about it, and beautifully written. Everything about it was perfect. It just wasn't Tolkien enough for my young brain at the time. But now I look back on it with some fondness, especially when it comes up in crosswords. So sport could be to wear. We need to check that, though. Burning structure could be up higher. BTS Army, I have learned that is a really that's an army. Ailment, the morning after a loud concert, I have no idea, but I think most natural emotions may be rawest. Check-in line. Are you? I don't know. Are you what? I'm not sure. So maybe the ailment the morning after a loud concert could be a rasp. Bets from the experts could be smart money. Okay, feeling a little bit better about that. So let's figure out what we got going on. End of a mayoral address. I'm assuming we're looking for Gov. Really? Gov? I mean, it's a mayoral that's referring to the executive of a city, correct? Usually that would be dot whatever the state is or something, it would seem. .gov, I think, is a federal thing. I don't know. I gotta check into that. It's interesting. Days of anticipation. How about Eves? Bit of equipment and mini athletic training exercises. A cone, maybe? So I think the check-in line, are you good? Land with 2 official languages, French and Arabic. And I think that's Chad. Things left at the entrance of a mosque would be shoes. So yeah, I feel pretty good about Chad now. And so I think we've got, I get it, I walk in here. I mean, we're all right already. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Lose could be shed. Network lineup. How about shows? Reptile known for its distinct color bands. And I'm assuming we're looking for a coral snake here. I remember my dad always telling me it seemed like we either lived in the country or we were in the country for some reason all the time. And Cartoondom's Princess of Power. I think that's Shira. But my dad used to tell me all the time, he'd say, red on black, friend of Jack. Like, well, who's Jack? It doesn't matter. It's just he's a friendly snake. Oh, okay. And then red on yellow, kill a fella. Like, oh, well, that's straight to the point, isn't it? We don't have to worry about who Jack is there. We just need to know to stay away from anything that's got red on yellow. Yeah. So I'm assuming our caseload here is going to be beers. And so our beast must be a behemoth. I like it. French for dainty. Well, I think we're talking about mignon. Otherwise, I probably would have thought délicat or petit. No. We got mignon. So that's nice. Something we usually almost always stick to, I don't know, fillets. It does sound good though, doesn't it? Especially a very rare one with this wine. River sourced by a glacier in the Swiss Alps, and that would be the Rhone, and that sucker seems to snake through all over Europe. It seems like we're always crossing the Rhone or the Danube, and what we say in German is die Donau. Yeah, and then the Rhine. There's some big rivers here, going all over the place. Really want to do one of those river cruises. And so what a backpacker packs. How about gear? And little solver's courage. Okay, so classroom cry. Here, they make high-pitched noise while they're pretty heated. Maybe tea kettles. Sorry for my phone going off like that. You would think when I hit do not disturb would be the outcome. But my phone sees fit to send in a potential spam risk call while we're on do not disturb. Thank you, SIRI. Beverage that was invented in a Dairy Queen. I can only imagine this is an icy, so that's fun. Now, deep study. Well, I guess I'm going to go with oceanology. I was thinking ocean floor, but I didn't see how that was going to work with an N and an F in between it. So let's see this instead. More info below. See note. Or check out the description below for that free beta testing thing. C note. Weaken over time as support. Paper size could be a letter. So how about erode? And where Ferrari is race for short, and that would be the New York Stock Exchange. Oldie but a goodie. And like some cheese could be aged. And a word that becomes its own synonym when the last letter is changed to R. And I guess we're going to go with band bar. Accessory out west. So I guess we're talking about a bolo tie and giving it a quick once over. I don't know. If we fat fingered something, we'll just find it. In the meantime, how did we do, Bob? Add 3 people to your subscription. Well, you know what? Why not? I don't know 3 people personally that like to do the crossword. So I don't know what I would even do with that. So, yeah, this is a pretty nice Friday grid. By no means was it unsolvable, but it was certainly a little bit more challenging than some Fridays. Not as challenging as others. I was really kind of hung up on the gov thing. It didn't seem right, though I'm sure it is correct, obviously. But it just felt strange. Like gov, it seems like that's something if I'm shooting for the White House or the Senate or the CIA or FBI or, you know, a congressional representative, something like this. Seems like otherwise it would be .tx or whatever the state is, and then your city. I don't know. Maybe it's based on a county. I don't know. So that threw me a little bit for a loop. Otherwise, no. This was just a fun grid. It really was. I love seeing San Antonio in there. I love the celebration of various languages happening here. That was an awful lot of fun. If you ever solve one of my constructions, you'll be playing around with a lot of German in there and stuff. It's one of my favorite languages. I love German and French very, very much, along with Spanish, and so you'll see a lot of that in my grids. But this one really had like a dose of a little bit of everything in it, and I thought that was just a lot of fun. And so, still want to know what a couple's costume is. I don't mean we just twinning. I mean, I don't know. So, looking forward to seeing how that pans out. But on the whole, this is a beautiful grid, and Joe Marquez, fabulous, very well done. We're going to bring down our Benier d'Adieu, and we'll call it good from there. So if you're still here, I appreciate that. And I would also appreciate it if you could hit the like button for me. And if you haven't subscribed, please do that too, because it really does help out the algorithm. And it just makes it a lot easier for me to find more people like you subscribing and hanging out with us. And that's really cool. And I want to say thank you to all the comments overnight. I've got to get to answering those. I haven't had a chance to read them. This is something that I do when I get home from work. And so it's come down to now I have an opportunity to I've got a good 10 minutes while this video edit is processing to upload to YouTube so that I can answer those. And I just love hearing from you all the time. It's one of my favorite things to do. And so thank you so much for that. When you share your thoughts with me, it means the world to me, and I really do appreciate that. So with that said, until tomorrow when we do the Saturday grid, which I'm very much looking forward to, because as we discussed at the very beginning of this little video here, I love my ultimate day is always a Saturday. That's the hard day of the week, and that's my favorite. And so until we see you tomorrow, for all of that, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Servus. Grüß Gott. Ciao. Cin-Cin. Be well out there. And we'll see you on the morrow. Just be nice to strangers, and remember those thick foreign accents are being spoken by people with just courageous, valorous hearts, because it does. It takes moxie to go to a strange land and try to live. Cheers. Be well. We'll see you tomorrow.